We're going to close out the sit today with another trip down to Natchez to explore another home on the tour for spring pilgrimage. It's the Stone House. Joe Stone lives there now in the house that we're going to tour, and there are several ways that he and the house are unique. The Stone House is on Washington near downtown Natchez. It was once a part of a larger estate and started life as a billiard hall associated with the Elms, which is across the street. In the 1850s, the billiard hall was added onto and eventually evolved into the house that's here now. Joe Stone's family acquired the home in 1877, and it's been in his family ever since. Two things unusual about the Stone home to me. One, Joe gives his guests a classical piano recital as a part of the pilgrimage tours on Fridays and Saturday evenings. Everyone gathers in the front parlor, and Joe serenades the guest at his Steinway set before one of the two sets of pocket doors in the house. Pocket doors open in the middle and slide into the walls on either side instead of being hinged and swinging open. And both sets of doors in this house have ornamental stained glass. Now, the other thing I find fascinating about the Stone home isn't so much anything to do with the house, but Joe's collection of antique maps. His journey into maps started for Joe back when he happened across a manuscript map of a plantation just south of Natchez, Laurel Hill. And that set him off on a lifetime of exploring and acquiring old maps.
I don't like later maps that show all the roads and all the towns and every county. I like the early maps that have almost entirely Native American place names, and they show a lot of the topography.
The billiard hall part of the house is once again a billiard hall. In Joe's childhood, this was his parents' bedroom. Now it houses collections of unusual antiques, like these three chairs. And no, these aren't prayer benches. These are cockfighting chairs. You'd get on your knees on the seats and lean on the padded backs to watch the fight. And Joe has an unusual swirling sofa. Turn one seat around and this becomes a tete-a-tete chair. A courting couple would sit in these two seats and have a conversation with a chaperone nearby. Here's a more elaborate example of a tete-a-tete seat. The house is full of surprises. And Joe Stone's collection of evolving maps is reflected in his house. Once a standalone billiard hall, now having evolved into an interesting and unique home where he houses his collections and where he showcases his talent. And the Stone House is on tour Fridays and Saturdays during pilgrimage in Natchez, and that runs through the 19th of April. You can go to littleeasytours.com for the schedules and the ticket prices.